Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Talking with Shawn, a new era, season two. I am your fabulous host, Shawn Rowland. Don't mind that sound if you heard that. It's just a stupid little fucking mic. But welcome back. This is episode two, and I know all of you, you probably haven't waited a single bit. We did talk about a lot on episode one, and as you saw, we had Nina and Lola. Their segment was hilarious. I know there was really long breaks in between, but that's just because behind the scenes they were really trying to figure out what to say. So we had to keep extending the music because I you could hear like the pauses in between the music. Like one music stopped, and then like 10 seconds later another track would start to continue the ad. But we give our guests options. You could have a long ad break or just a short one, and the long ones are 2 minutes. But however, welcome back to season two of Talking with Shawn, a new era. This is episode two, ladies and gentlemen, featuring myself, Shawn Rowland, the host and creator of this podcast, and Sam K. Enjoy. Now to kick off episode two. Yes, you're probably like, oh, Shawn, why are you still on the mic? We want to hear the special guest. Motherfucker, listen, all right? It's my show too. I can't create a show called Talking with Shawn and then not have me be featured on it at all. Like, yes, during the filming process, I did take a little bit of a break, but it is what it is. You know, we are thinking, in the middle of this, we are thinking of bringing something back. I'm like really like while we're recording this, I'm like really thinking if making season two come out all at once was a good idea. I'm like really thinking that. I don't know if that was a good idea. I could possibly change it. I'm not sure. I did say there was going to be back-to-back episodes. Um, so all right, you know what? Yeah, you're about to watch me make a crazy decision live on air, right? All right, send the text. Send the text. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, there we go. Yep. Back-to-back episodes. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's reschedule. Let's breathe, girl. Breathe. Okay. Here we go. One, two, three. Okay. So now I just made the executive decision to make season two a weekly episode every Saturday at 7 p.m. And yes, I know it's Sunday, April 6th. However, you did see on the Instagram, we did say back to back episodes. And keep in mind, I think like not even that many people saw it. We normally get like really high views. So luckily that was a good call. That was a good call on my end. Yes, like here that's actually kind of the things that happen. There are some points in time where like as a producer, you have to make the best decisions that you possibly can in order for your show to grow. And that's the thing, that's why I brought guests on because everyone knows I'm not going to be that entertaining for weeks on end to just hear the same voice, the same things over and over and over again. You want to hear something different. You know what I mean? And I'm really excited for you guys later in the episode to hear Sam. It was really fun having him on the podcast. And you may be wondering, where is Alec? And now we have a little bit of announcement. So it was the first day of editing. I sent in the hour premiere episode, which was originally supposed to be Aiden and Alec, and they listened through the whole thing. And my executive producer Alex gives me a call, right? And I answer. I go, "Yo, what's up? What's going on?" And he goes, "Yeah, we have some major problems." I go, "Well, what is it?" He goes, "We're gonna have to scratch our episode." And I go, "Excuse me?" I go, "What do you mean?" And he starts telling me, he was like, "Shawn, this is so boring." And listen, some people may think that's rude, but you're not a producer. You need to understand that. You are not somebody who is in charge of multiple things every year. You are not in charge of finding out payments for other people. You are not in charge of casting. You are not in charge of filming. You're not in charge of any of that. So you don't know what it's like to make a decision like that. You may think it's really easy and simple, but it literally took us about 2.5 hours to meet with the team to speak about what we're going to do. It's because when we have been posting so much about a brand new season, new guests, all these new teasers, a brand new trailer, all these photos, all these announcements, and all these statements, we cannot have the first episode not kick off with a bang, and Al's segment was too boring. He also did mention someone that we do not want to mention on the podcast ever again, and we just couldn't have it on the show anymore. So, what we decided to do is we decided to scratch that original episode 1, make it me and Nina and Lola, and then Al, you'll be seeing him on the YouTube in a few weeks. Not with a full episode or anything. It's just I think people just have to understand, like, as a producer and as a team, and if you're making a show and it's getting really big and it's getting a lot of views, you want to make sure that you have every aspect correct. You want to make sure that you have the ability to make it work. You want to make sure that the public is entertained by it. That's the most important thing. In production, you don't really you don't really want to do things that make you feel good because that's making you feel good. But you never know if it's making the audience who's listening and supporting you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make tough calls sometimes that will help the show grow. You can't just risk it all and have something so kick off the very first segment, very first episode after people waiting a month and a half, over a month to hear it. You can't do that. So I think everybody can understand that. If you don't, you're. I'm not even gonna make a comment. But however, I do have some funny stories. Like, I was at my friend's house, right? And a few days before that, she wanted to go get a dog. So we went to the dog store. We didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. I didn't get a new dog. All right. And the dog was all like they were so cute. There was this one puppy. He was so adorable. His name was Arthur. But then we come back, right? It was like a few weeks past. She calls me. She's like, "Hey, come over. We got a dog." I was like, "Okay." I come over, right? And the dog completely ignored me, went straight to her. She basically took every single thing that was mine. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Like, at the pet store, it was the same dog that we saw, right? At the pet store, they were all over me, right? They were coming up to me. They didn't give a flying shit about my friend, right? But the second we come back, she doesn't she just completely ignores me, right? And it's so, like, rude, but it's not her fault. It's not her fault. It's the dog's fault. She's obsessed with her owner, even though I was the first one she saw. And, like, she's really easy to obsess over, but not to that fucking level. All right? I'm sorry if that was too loud, but you know, I was very disappointed. Over time, the dog got more comfortable with me, which was great. It's very cute. I still have a dog, Atlas, like I mentioned last episode. But however, I wanted to talk about something that's coming up. I might have mentioned it in the after season. I can't really fucking remember. You guys do realize everything that I talk about on this podcast, I do not fucking remember a single bit of what I said. I'm being so dead serious. I'm being serious. I'm being fucking serious. I do not remember what I said. Like, I really don't. it's just like it's too much words, you know? Like I'm great at talking and I'm great at just going on and on and on for hours, right? But I seriously cannot remember a single word that I say because it's kind of just like not pointless. It's pointless for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something that I would like want to do like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something completely different. But some people were like asking like if the podcast this year or last year coming back was it my choice? No, it wasn't. I never really wanted to bring the podcast back. I was trying to work on something else until, Alex calls me up and he's like, I think we should get the podcast back going. And it took days and days and days, almost about a month of us talking about it. And I was just like, I don't really know if I want to do it because it takes a lot of consistency. And at that time, I just got off of work, like school was starting the weekend after. Like I was not I did not want to start another work. I did not want to start a job because this is basically my second job. Like I do get paid for this, and everyone who works for me does get paid. This is not like I'm doing this for free. Because if I was doing it for free, I would not give a flying shit about what the fuck I say on here. I mean, I don't really care what I say on here anyways, unless it's really, really serious. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's just like it's so confusing because like I originally wanted to make a different show, like not a podcast related at all. I really just wanted to do something with YouTube. I can't really remember what I wanted to do, but I just never wanted to bring the podcast back. Hated doing the podcast before a new era started last year. But I mean, now it's doing really well. I mean, even season one did really well to the point where I didn't have to promote it. I didn't have to post the episodes on Instagram for people to see it because people followed the channel so they could watch it anyways. Each episode got like what 500 listens, some even 1,000. We have a lot of followers on here on Spotify. We don't have many on YouTube, but hopefully you guys all subscribe because the time we're recording this, I don't know how many, but I know it's low. But yeah, I think this year, since stuff is being filmed for really the first time since 2021, I have not made like a full on in person video thing for YouTube since 2021. Yep. Like this is the first time you'll be seeing stuff being posted to YouTube with my surrounding my podcast and everything, which is really cool. But I think it's also difficult, because we got out of that routine really quickly and made it just audio because I really did not want to be on camera. But obviously, if you go to my school, you know I'm on the pulse, and you know all of that, right? But at the same time, it's just not something I really wanted. I was looking forward to, but now seeing that people actually listen to it and enjoy hearing it, it's giving me a better understanding about it. You know what I mean? Like it's giving me a much better understanding of like everything, pretty much. And somebody actually brought out to me. Somebody was like, "Yo, you should quit your podcast, quit your TV company, and go back to streaming." Motherfucker, I am not going back to streaming. Number one, I hated streaming. It was so consistent, and there was a time where I didn't upload for about 2.5 years, and then I uploaded again, and it got a lot of views because I did the edit really well. Because keep in mind, guys, I know how to edit. Like if I didn't have a team at this point for season two, if I didn't have a team helping me, I would still get all this editing done. Like I'm really good at editing. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Like I know how to fucking edit. Trust me. It's just I don't have that much time to do it for a show. You know what I mean? So I had to hire a team. But like I did really well on the edit on my Fortnite video, and it got like what 7,000 views, like 100 likes, and I gained a lot of subscribers and a lot of comments. And people found it funny. And then the next day, I just deleted my channel because I just did not feel like becoming a YouTuber like that in that way. I was just like, nope, nope, absolutely not. I haven't touched the fucking game in so long. Like, I have not played on my PS5 in, like, over a month now. Probably more than a month. It's been sitting in my room connected to the monitor for so long, I don't play anymore. I've just gotten out of the phase of playing Fortnite, GTA. Like, I'm excited for GTA 6 if that actually is coming out this year, and I'll probably be playing for that, but, like, I barely play anymore. Like, you'll see me, like, in the lobby, but it's probably not me, it's either one of my friends, because my friend Lily and Ava, they they go to Summit. Oh my god, why did I just say that? Why the fuck did I just say that, nigga? God damn. Okay, whatever. Well, they go there. I don't think this podcast's gonna get too big. I didn't say their last name, sorry girls. But when they come over, they always like to just sit on the fucking monitor. Well, not like on top of the monitor. Their ass is not on the screen of the monitor. It's just they sit in the gaming chair, and then one of them is either on the other side of the room, or one of them is actually playing Fortnite. But then, the next thing I notice, right? I come back in the room, right? And boom, they're just literally laying. I have this thing in my room. It's really comfortable, and they love to just literally just lay in there. And it's like a little like bed, but like it's a cotton kind of. It's like a cot. I don't know what that means. I just said cot, but it's like I can't fucking explain it. Please don't laugh. Like, I'm really bad at explaining things when I'm on air. I don't really know what to call it, but if you've been to my house, it's really comfy and it's right next to the TV. And they just always sit in there on their phones together. And then I'm just over here in my bed or at my laptop or watching TV or downstairs or on phone or something. And the next thing I know, like there was this one time, like I was just taking a nap and then they were over and they started laughing so fucking loudly. And I got really pissed off because like I was just trying to take a nap, man. Luckily now I got a guest room, so like I always send them in there because like, I like my space, you know what I'm saying? But I always send everyone who comes over to my house into the guest room. I never like to have them in my room unless you're really comfortable. Unless I'm really comfortable with them. That sounded weird. No, 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 it didn't. Unless I'm really comfortable with you, yeah. If I'm comfortable with you, you'll be able to be in my room. But if I'm not, you'll either stay downstairs or I'll send you to the fucking basement or the guest room. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about people. My room is a really like comfy room, you can say. It's not too small, it's not too big. It's just, like, at the right it's just at the right size for a room. Like, it has, like I have my laptop, my phone, my TV, my PS5, my monitor, my second monitor, my other laptop. I have a lot of screens in here, if you didn't already know from that list I just gave you. But, yeah, I think that does it enough for me, and I think, you guys are ready to hear from Sam. Alright? So, thank you all very much for listening to my little stupid ass segment, and I hope you enjoy Sam K's segment.
Hey, what's up? My name's Sam Kelleher. I make music under the name Just Sam. I've been playing guitar for many years. My dad was a musician, so when I was growing up, I was always around it. And I started at the School of Rock in Chatham when I was about 9, 10 years old. When I was there, I started meeting a lot of really interesting people and started growing my skills as a musician. I've been playing guitar since then, and it's been a really great time. I still am with the School of Rock in Chatham. I'm with their house band now, so we play shows all the time in places such as Dingbats and Crossroads and what's the other bar? All right, but it doesn't matter. I'm going on tour with them in the summer. We're going to New England for about 4 days in June. But because of these connections that I've made through School of Rock, I've been able to pursue music individually as well. I've been making music under the name Just Sam for about 3 years now. And over the past year, I've had like 10,000 streams on Spotify. I was played in 90 countries, and I've had a pretty successful year. But going forward, I'm trying to play more shows. Recently, I played places such as the Stone Pony, which is a legendary venue where people like Bruce Springsteen got famous. Great time, met a lot of awesome bands. Everyone was having a great time. The show was great. I had a lighting guy. Super cool, made me feel really official, but it's a blast. I've got a couple more shows lined up for my music. I'm playing at the Crossroads in Garwood in May on May 10th, which is an album release show because I have an album coming out, spoiler alert. The album is 8 songs. I'm working on vinyls, t-shirts, CDs, the whole 9 yards. I've got an opening band, they're called The Pulse. They're going to be playing with me in May. But besides that show, I'm working on a radio appearance sometime between now and then. I've got another show lined up at the Porchista's home studio in April. More information on that soon. And hopefully a couple festivals in the summer. So we're trying to just take every step and just grow from there. The Stone Pony was a massive step for me. It's always been something I was looking forward to. I know a lot of people who have played there. And because it's such a legendary venue, it just means a lot that I was able to actually get myself to that level and on that stage. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So, like I was saying earlier, I make music under the name Just Sam, but because of those connections with School of Rock, this has like immensely helped me to pursue my dream of music. Because of the people that I meet. The people in house band are really high quality musicians, and I see them like at least once a week, more if we're playing shows. And they help me play my songs live. The name started, Just Sam started with just me and my dad. I would write and record everything. He would produce for me. He still is my producer. But because of everyone who I've met at School of Rock, it's become so much more than that because they're able to help me perform these songs to what they are now. So if you look back on my YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, they're always there with me. We got Ryan on the drums, Tate on vocals, Charles on guitar, Felipe on bass, and Ryan on drums. I might have already said that. But it's always fun. The shows are always high energy because we have such a good time together on stage. And because of the quality of the musicianship, the songs never disappoint. We rehearse probably one time a week for like multiple hours on end. We'll run through new songs, covers, make sure everything's all to like the highest standard it can be before our shows because we want to make sure that you pay tickets, you pay money for tickets when you get to the door. So it's important that we deliver on our end. It's a financial agreement, but it's always fun, like I said. Plus, if we're having fun, that means you guys are having fun because we match our energy with yours. So if you come out to the Crossroads in May, 2:30, you'll be able to see plenty of that on stage. Like I talked earlier about the album's 8 songs. This has been a huge step in my songwriting journey. When I started off, I was writing songs to write songs. The lyrics meant nothing. It was like, "Oh, this chord sounds nice, then this chord sounds nice." But as I've learned in the past year, it's so much more than that. Lyrics are such a very important part of my work now, which you'll see in my record. All these songs' lyrics mean a lot to me. They're all about very important things. And then the chords and the music itself is very important with every chord and every riff and everything working together seamlessly. I've learned a lot based on my musical experience over the past few years now. I'm working with this guy named Aaron. He's my songwriting instructor, and we work on keys and key signatures and songs and chord progressions and everything that's needed to create the best songs I can. I went to Berkeley last summer. Berkeley is the College of Music in Boston. It's the number one contemporary music school. And I spent a week learning songwriting from Berkeley faculty members. So you can, what I really love about this actually is my songwriting. You can see my work started coming out on Spotify last December. And as the years have progressed now, I say years because it's for over a year now, you can see the quality increase in the work. The lyrics get better, the production gets better, the songs get better as a whole. And if the songs get better as a whole, it means that A, I'm progressing individually, B, whole lot more fun to play live, C, you guys like them more. So that's my goal here. I'm trying to make the best songs I can for you guys to enjoy. up? I'm just Sam. One really important factor here when it comes to making music is you have to be ready to not only just embrace like little bits of criticism, but to accept feedback and use it as a way to grow yourself and your music. Especially in music, it's one of the most competitive industries to break into. There are hundreds of thousands of songs being uploaded to Spotify every single day. So to get any number of streams is a huge and very big step in success. But success is also very like perspective. It changes every person. So a success could be getting 10 streams, could be getting 100 streams. Same with promotion. To make your music get views and streams, you have to be not afraid to put yourself out there. You have to make all the crappy Instagram reels and the weird POV TikToks or the did I just write the song of the summer YouTube shorts? Doesn't matter. You have to get out there because being ready and prepared to take that first step is all you have to do. You got to put yourself out there. And putting yourself out there is the hardest step. Once people start finding your music and listening to your music, that's already such an important factor. I average roughly 200 something listeners on Spotify every month. Most of them are from actually outside of the country. I got a lot of French listeners, I got a lot of South American listeners, and it's very interesting and really powerful to see because I just go on a website and I can see where all these people are. But to me, it's also insane that people are, listening to me in like Indonesia and all these other crazy locations, which it means the world to me. And like I said earlier about putting yourself out there, to grow as an artist, not only do you need to have music and all those crappy reels, but you have to perform shows. And to perform shows, you have to be annoying as hell. I cannot lie. To get onto the Stone Pony, like I talked about earlier, I think I sent them 3 to 4 emails. Was talking to people who have played with them before. I was like, hey, can you like tell them to respond? I was DMing them on Instagram. I was talking to booking companies. Anything that I could do to get myself to play that stage, I was going to do. I was so damn annoying, and I'm so sorry to the people at the Stone Pony. But thank you so much for having me. Hopefully, they'll let me back. But you just have to not be afraid to put yourself out there. That is the hardest and most important step in musical success because you are your own product. It's not like you're advertising like a t-shirt or a CD, which I've done that too because I got to sell merchandise. But you are the product. Your songs are the product. So you just have to be ready and able to put yourself out there, which is scary, but you got to do it. My name is just Sam. Uh, so I'm a musician in New Jersey, and New Jersey is like a melting pot of musical scenes. You've got the hardcore scene, you've got the pop scene, you got all these different artists trying to make it. Music as an industry is very competitive. It's like the salmon swimming upriver. It's almost impossible to break it. But when you do start to, well, even breaking it's a stretch. Any version of success is enough. People's perspective of success changes, but once you start to like start going, it doesn't stop, and it's really fun to watch. So I've recently played the Stone Pony, best show of my life. I get there, we had two sound guys, a light guy. It was very official, and we're getting there. We're sound checking, and I'm just looking around this empty venue. There's no one there except the people working there and when you're talking about a place like the Stone Pony, there's so many legendary artists that have rolled through here and played. Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi, more. And it's just really insane to me that I was standing on that stage looking out over where they once stood. It was really, really fantastic. There was a couple photographers there. I've met a bunch of connections actually with bands who went on after me. And I just kind of stood there on stage for about 20 minutes and I took it in because they've got all the walls of signed guitars. They've got all the lights. We had a lighting guy. That guy was super sick. He was programming light shows to my songs in real time. which was a really insane experience because it made me feel like the real deal. But we're doing our sound check, and I'm just taking it all in, having a great time. And then we go backstage, and we're just kind of relaxing before our set. And then all of a sudden, the people start to come in, and more people start to come in, and more and more, because they had a line forming around the block. It was insane. They started to come in. It's filling up. There's like 100 something people there. We go on stage, and we play for half an hour, 35 minutes. We played all of my songs that I thought the crowd would enjoy, and they did. They were nodding their heads. They were singing along if they knew the words, which was an insane thing to see too, because I have 200 listeners, so to know the words is insane. People bought merch from me. I had to sign some stuff. I signed CDs, T-shirts, arms. The crowd was really having a great time, and if the crowd's having a good time, then I am. It doesn't matter about the size of the crowd or the venue. The crowd is the most important part. And I mean, sure, it helped. I was playing, at a legendary Stone Pony. I had a light guy. I was selling a butt ton of merch, and there was 130 people having a good time to my music. Together, it was like the best 30 minutes of my life. About like this, it was over, and I walked off stage beaming. I started connecting with multiple bands, got more shows booking in the future because of these experiences, and hopefully because of this insane experience, it'll set me up for more things in the future, so I can keep growing and building myself as an artist. Hey, what's up? My name is Sam Kelleher, or just Sam, and I make music. Music is a very competitive industry. The amount of people who break through is even smaller than the number of athletes who make it to the professional level, like the MLB or the NBA. And because of that, it's very, very hard to like remain consistent and positive in it. There are many people who never get music streamed on Spotify. Sure, you can put out like a dozen songs, but 100,000 songs get put up on Spotify every day. So you just get lost in the endless white noise of music that are just being pumped out, pumped every single day by creators. So music is competitive. And to remain consistent, strong, and even somewhat popular is a very wide word. Any amount of success is insane. Is a very demanding task. And myself, actually, I had a little bit of a struggle with it. When I first started, I posted one song on YouTube, and that song got, I think, 50 views in a month. And I was like, well, damn, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought. And then I wrote a little EP, which I called Take One. Nobody listened to it. That's all I can say. Uh, and I put it on Spotify. And one song did phenomenally. It just hit 10,000 streams on Spotify. The other songs, I think they maybe have 200 streams. And I was like, okay, what's going on? So then I kept putting out more music, kept putting out more music. And then to get streams is very important and very difficult to do because there's so much music coming on. So over the course of the last year since I've released it, just for context, only one other song has cracked 1,000 streams, and that is St. Patrick's Day, if you know that one. But because of how demanding and difficult it is, even just to get 500 streams, 700 streams, 800 streams, that's a lot of streams. You can track because of the way Spotify works, how many people have listened, where they're listening, how many times, what playlists. So to see that there's multiple people coming back to my music is the one thing that was like really keeping me going, because when I had that initial 10,000 to 200 stream drop, I was like, what's going on? But then when I saw that it was the same people who kept listening over and over again, I was like, okay, I'm starting to connect with some people. And it doesn't matter about how many people you're connecting with. It matters that you're connecting. That's the important factor. So if you can connect with some people, you can connect with a lot of people. It just takes time. So by putting yourself out there, you're able to not only get more streams, which is important, but also like develop fans and connections with people across the world, which is a really insane thing to me to be able to see. When you guys got your Spotify for artists, the Spotify rap, sorry, I got my Spotify rap for artists, and I was able to track how many streams, how many accounts, how many countries, how many playlists, the whole nine yards. So for context, I was played in 93 countries last year, which is an insane fact. It's over half the world's countries. I was in was what 4,000 people listen to my music across 93 countries, primarily the US and France, actually. Um, it was a really insane thing for me to watch. I was able to see how much I've grown and how much I've been able to accomplish in just 1 year. And it really, every song I release, with everything I do, it's helped me inspire myself to push forward into like this next step, this next chapter. The last big step was to get to the Stone Pony. I got there. I'm trying to go back. That was insane. But now I'm dropping a record in May. I've got a potential radio appearance. I've got more shows, festivals. I'm just trying to grow and take it as far as I can go. All because of the few people who listened to me way back when, like 7 times in a row, 7 times every day, 7 times every day. That's insane. That's a lot of streams. 7 times, it's a lot. You ever listen to a song 7 times in a day? It's insane.